so quiet? Are you alright? I know they didn't die on purpose, but sometimes I feel like I can't forgive them for leaving me all alone.
All right. And with that, here we are. How are you all doing today? Just move the mic a little bit closer to me. All right, so I was really hoping to get this giant finished up yesterday. Didn't work out that way, but you know, that's all right. This is just how things go sometimes. So, what we need to try and get done today. Let's see, close I can on this poor computer. This laptop does so much work. I have to show my appreciation for it. Alright, so we need to get this beard looking up nice. And I'm not certain exactly what color set I want to do for that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look up a quick reference. Let's see. Let's go with some dark colors. So we're going to start off doing what is only going to look far too dark. And then we're going to very, very drastically up the brightness. So to create some shadow within the beard, we're going to go with this. And I'm going to... No, that's not what I want. I want this. Here we go. We're going to use Good Dear Allen's Gorilla with a Brush, one of his minis, as a reference here. That is a blank image. That's not what I wanted. Try that again. Come on. There we go. Yes, that is the image I want. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to close that. I'm going to go and open up Finder here. And hey, Mikey, how you doing? I'm doing great. Why can I not read the new messages in the multi-stream channel? Peculiar. But I'm doing all right. The giant is still not finished. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's still not done. I am just a slow caboodle. All right, let's see here. We'll do it this way. Images from August. There we go. Why does it say... Okay, there we go. It says today now. Excellent. So, I'm just going to pull up my reference here. Not... What? No. Reference. I can't do anything today, I tell you. There we go. We're going to pull that up. We're going to say okay to that. We're going to make that visible. We're not really going to be too concerned with that. That's just the full thing. There we go. So we can see this kind of hair. It looks real nice, and you can see how like dark it is in those areas. So you know what? Actually, I kind of liked it up there. We're going to keep you up there. We don't really need all that. We don't really need all that. This is all we need. Just so you guys know like what I'm going to be going for here. And that is why I'm going to start off with such a dark color as Necromancer Cloak from Army Painter. And no, this giant is not finished. Just in case that wasn't clear. I do not consider this giant finished. One day, I will consider this giant finished. Maybe today I'll consider it finished. But right now, in this moment, not finished. Isn't that crazy? Now, I could probably get away with an even darker color, but I'm scared. So I'm only going to go with this gray here. And how are you doing today, Elimitches? Are things a little bit better than yesterday? I hope you're having a better day today than you were yesterday. a very lovely person, and I'm very sad to hear that things have not been going very well for you. I don't think that's very fair. Not really? That's unfortunate. But at least it's not worse. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that things are not worse. That's good, but I'm sorry that it's not better. Hopefully better will come soon. That's my hope. Hey, Loki, how are you? I am online. Nice to have you here. We are gonna try and finish this model today, like I was trying yesterday. But, alas, I did not finish it yesterday. And you know, I'll be frank with you guys. I'll be frank, a little bit of honesty here. I feel like I've been painting this miniature for the last year. I'm a little tired of it. I could have made the decision to say, no, it's done. We're not painting this giant anymore, but I just, this hair was bothering me. Because I threw a contrast on it just to give it a temporary palette, and I said nope. Not doing that. Hey, Lakelandless, how's it going? I'm doing good. Haven't I been trying to finish it for over a week? I have. I've been painting this model for a very long time. And you know, mind you, it's a big model. And there's some things that I, redid more than once because I wasn't happy how it went the first time. You know, that's how mini painting goes sometimes. You know, sometimes you're not satisfied, and so you just, you try it again, and then you try it again, and you try it again. And Lakelandless, are you painting today? Doing good. What's the agenda today? The agenda today is to finish this hair. Finish this moustache. This grandiose beard. I'm a little tired of it, but you know, it is going to happen, and it is going to be good. That is what I have to tell myself. I decided that I will finally open myself up to commissions, but I'm going to do it in a very unconventional way. I do not want your money. I want more minis. So if you want me to paint, $15 worth of Games Workshop, let's say, I'll say sure, we'll put in an order together. But for my compensation, we'll have it delivered to my house, and I will add $45, so 3 times the value, to the cart in other minis. And this way, because the thing is, I've been painting this miniature for a minimum of 15 hours. If I charged $10 an hour, this mini would end up costing $150, and I don't want anyone to pay $150 for a game piece. It's just pure and simple. I do not want anyone to be spending that much. So instead, this was a $15 model. My request, it would be, all right, I will paint this model for you. I would like you to provide me $45 of minis. It ends up saving you almost 3 times the price if I was to charge hourly. So hopefully that'll be appealing to people. What it also means is you could potentially commission me for free in exchange for your unpainted minis. $10 an hour is less than half of what the average postman earns. Exactly. No, and that's just it. Like my real job, my full-time income, I make comfortably more than $10 an hour, so I can never do miniature painting as a full-time gig. It's unfeasible. So instead, and the reason that I refuse to charge hourly is because I would not pay that myself. It doesn't matter how good the mini looks. So my thought process was, you know what? Let's do it differently. Let's do something that is more feasible for others, as well as possibly gives me avenue to more minis. And this way, it funds my hobby a little bit, and I get to paint, and I'll ship you off your mini. Your raid didn't work, Mia, but you shared the link, so you're hopping over manually. Well, thank you for coming by. I feel the same. And then again, my coding skills are much better than my painting skills. No, see, that's the thing, though, right? Like, there's all these miniature companies that I think that are very cool. And I love their stuff. But, like, you know, doing a purchase in euros or British pounds or whatever can be very costly for me. It's, you know, so if you're already doing an order, instead, this works better for me if I just add my minis to your cart. And you know what? You don't pay me nothing. Although, except for shipping. When I have to mail it back, I will ask that you cover that or reimburse me that cost. That's the only thing. But, you know, I don't expect many people to accept this offer. I honestly expect nobody, frankly, to accept this as a commission. But, you know, if anyone does, this is how I would like to operate. And I will Greymon. I have not forgotten about Greymon, don't worry. Greymon sits right behind me every day to remind me. And see, images for something like that, yeah, exactly. I would paint you your Greymon. You would just send me a 3D print of the Lord of the Prince Tarrasque. And we would call it even, because those things are huge, and if you're using an Elugu Mars, is a beautiful, beautiful 3D printer. The quality would come out wonderfully. I have no doubts on that. Thinking of felting and then doing, or I guess it's technically an earn and thus something that could be taxed, which I don't know. I don't think it's not an income. It's miniatures. I don't know. I do own my own business, so I do technically have a income on this. It's $2 a month. I have a Patreon. I have one wonderful patron. They sent me $2 a month. But, you know, because I want to do things like show you guys different mini companies and products and stuff, and provide, you know, something for the community, like the spreadsheet and that kind of thing. Do product reviews like the WizKids Adult Dragons and the likes. I think I'm better in felting than coding, but I can't ask for much for art as far a more conventional job, and that's the thing, right? Like, that making tangles, that's exactly it. The job that I have would, it will always pay more than something like miniature painting for me. But I mean, that's not to say that I'm doing fantastic. I live in like one of the most expensive cities in all of Canada. I think I live actually in the most expensive city in all of Canada. But that's not why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this hobby for money. I would like to see if I can make the hobby cheaper for myself if I can, and make it more exciting for others. That is a thing, but mostly I'm here to hang out, you know, have some company. If I wanted to make money, I would hire a 3D modeler to design miniatures. That's what I would be doing. And I say that because that's a thought that has very much come into my head. And I have thought about it, and I have a person in mind that I would like to talk to. But actually, I have 2 people in mind I would like to talk to. 3, but not the point. I'm not assembling it though. Hire me. I need stuff to do. Yeah, no, I'm not going to ask you to assemble it. Sure, I think, and it would probably cost you more to do that for shipping. And let me know what the shipping cost is, Limages. I'm not going to have you pay the shipping to ship me a model. I'll cover the shipping for you on your half and mine. I don't mind that. Shipping you your mini cost me less than I expected, despite how late it was. I'm so sorry about that. I would love to see your pangolin dragon. Please share. You know I would love to see that. That sounds very cool. Do you do 3D modeling of images? I knew you do coding and programming. I know that you're very computer savvy. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing how overexposed the lighting is. Let me fix that, guys. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's see here. So I've got that. I've got that. It's cool. So now let's start layering on brighter colors as soon as I finish, of course. Oh, I missed the stuff you made. Where is it? What? How come I don't see a link? Hi, Evil Demon Lord. That's the stuff I made. It's a Titan. Evil Demon Lord. It's been a PHP and record. Oh, it's in the Discord server. Okay. I thought you were posting a link in here, and I was like, I don't see it. Okay, give me a sec. I will just touch this up. And oh my goodness, Demon Lord, you're making it so hard for me not to talk about Attack on Titan in here right now. But I must not give any spoilers away. But the Warhammer Titan is so cool. And that is all I'll say. Most people don't know what that means. They don't know anything about it. They don't not, unless they've watched it, then they know exactly what I'm talking about. Hello, Colin. Painter of Giants once more. I'm trying to finish it. I'm trying so hard to finish this miniature. Okay, so I need a lighter gray now. So I'm going to jump straight to this. And this is going to go over just about everything. You know, maybe I'll even mix it right over top of the other gray. Okay. I'll pull up my phone here in the meantime while I'm mixing that, and I'll take a look at Illimich's. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Alright. Nothing important there. That's just funny. Oh, my poor friend. Okay. Illimich's. Let's look at this pangolin dragon. Ooh. Ah, yes! That's right. I remember seeing the head. Very excellent. Oh my goodness. And no spoilers. I would never give spoilers. Oh my goodness. There we go. Why, oh why is it always like that? Alright, cool. So now we got this here. So let us, that is no desktop. There we go. And I'm glad to hear that you're watching Attack on Titan, Colin. It is a remarkable show. And did everything immediately go too dark as soon as the sun went away? Of course it did. That's what happens. Because the sun is not always my friend. These darn sunny days. Ugh. Okay. Now it's sunny. Now it's not. Now it's sunny. Now it's not. Gosh darn it. Make up your mind, clouds. And Illimich's, are you using Blender for your 3D modeling? Blender. Yeah, no, exactly. ZBrush is extraordinarily expensive. Look, I've got a full-time job and I don't think I could afford comfortably ZBrush. Not that I can 3D model, but you know, it's frustrating. Yeah, the Discord server is popping, and I'm not even in there right now. That's exciting. I love it when that happens. All right. No, there is no fault making tangles. I'm happy. I'm happy to see that. No one's at fault. Goodness gracious. We use a word like fault, you make it sound like it's a bad thing. I love it when you guys are in there. When I see that server poppin', I have nothing but satisfaction because that tells me that is a community that is happy. Or arguing, then it's not a happy community, and then I need to come rushing in. But you know. There we go. Now the beard is beginning to fit in with the rest of the mini a little bit more. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that there, Loki. So do you and your family do MSP work? Like multi-service providers for different companies? I say that because I work for a company where we provide assistance for MSPs and sell our product to MSPs. Oh, the client was family. I understand. My apologies. My apologies. Was family, not anymore now. Sent her a link, and don't purchase more stuff, you already have it, just read here. And there aren't any money involved, that's just favor stuff, but it's still late. Don't purchase any more, you already have. Sounds like what I get told about minis. I don't have that many. Ah, they fixed it. Perfect. I will say I am already liking this beard more. I'm going to have to do lots of highlights on it. I'm also seeing how zoomed out I am on you guys. My apologies. I'll fix that right now. Like that. There we go. That's perfect. And it's cloudy again, so we'll increase the light exposure. Ah, I can turn this off. My apologies, I had a fan on the whole time. That was my air purifier. It's important to always hobby safely, and I have developed a allergy, I believe, to super glue due to overexposure to it. I linked in and the allergy, the repercussions. What I did is I ordered, it's very bright, my apologies. Let's see here if I can, yeah, but this right here is a HEPA filter for absorbing and taking in the volatile air compounds, VOCs, so that I am less likely to breathe them in. So whenever I am doing anything that's involving a chemical glue, I just turned that on now. I could open a window, but it is winter. And it's a little cold. And I'm a big old baby, and I really like staying warm. Plus, it gets really loud outside. So, I've put up pictures of my drawing process of a new cosplay, and we started a discussion on High Rollers, a group of professional D&D players. Exciting! Oh yeah. There's a carbon filter in there too. There's a activated carbon filter and HEPA filter in there. Don't worry, I got a good one. I need more drink. Have you drank in the last half hour? I will drink now. But yes, no, it's a double filter system. But what's also nice too is even if it didn't basically work the way I wanted, the suction still will pull air current in this way, so that instead of pointing and basically going up to my face and my direct breathing area, it at least will disperse it, blow it in the opposite direction, which it'll then disperse throughout the room, again, rather than just within my immediate, like, 3 feet of my nose. So it's good, and I don't have it on all the time, just when I need it. I filter out glue fumes by never getting around to assembling my minis. Oh, Colin, no. Colin, at least send me your Dark Vengeance. I'll assemble and paint your Dark Vengeance and give it all the love that it deserves. Or at least I'll do that with the Chaos Marines. I can't guarantee I'm going to do that for the Dark Angels. They have some good cultist models that I just never appreciated until my later years. Oh, hello, Kefa Paint Studios. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. You have a stream going on later today. Guys, let me just do a proper shout out for Kefa here. Kefa has their own painting stream and is a phenomenal painter. Let's see here, Kefa. Goodness, Kefa, you're not in the chat. How am I gonna shout out you? Here we go. I'll copy this like that. There we go, and bam! Ah, smack my light. But yes. Kefa is doing a great giveaway. It's my giveaway stream today. Exactly, yeah. Nice for you to drop in. This is, it's the same sculpt as the unpainted Storm Giant, but this is actually one I got from a blind box a few years ago. And I'm just, well, you've been seeing the work in progress pictures I've been posting up. But thank you for dropping by. I'm still surprised that no one's posted inside the finish gallery yet, but I know you're. That's another thing to mention, guys. Kefa has a paint competition going on right now. Its cutoff is February 14th, I believe. So go in and submit. I have not been seeing any submissions in except for the one that I did. So please go check that out. There's a lot of people who've entered the competition, but I think some of them are working on some pretty intense dioramas. In all fairness, that's going to be time consuming. So that started in January 28th, I want to say, is when that started. But yeah. On top of that, Kefa, besides competitions and prizes and giveaways, Kefa's just a great painter. There's a remarkable painting of the WizKids beholder that's been turned into a zombie and had its eye gouged out. Kefa is actually the one that did that. You may have seen that on Instagram or just some of the other hobby places. So yeah. You're cooking, but you're still here. Well, thank you, Kefa. No worries. It's all good. You know, if you're lurking, you're lurking. That's okay. People got stuff to do. Lovely to have you here. Oh, I was just talking about the cutoff for your giveaway. That is, or for the paint competition. It's February 14th, right? Valentine's Day. Yes, yes, yes. I hadn't even put that together that that was Valentine's Day. That's funny. Ugh. I am just oblivious sometimes. Not this guy. No, I'm the one who entered the fire giant. I already entered my piece, and in fact, I think in the Discord, I am the only person that has posted anything for the entry. Yeah. No, this is just a piece that I had laying around that I started a long time ago, 2 years actually, and then I'm just repainting it. Just giving it a nice updated paint job. Oh, thank you. I really like this one. What is Keffa's Discord? Give me a second, and I will put an invite in there for you. Keffa is okay with that. Let's see here. I can get it for you, Keffa. It's all good. Let's see here. Get an invite. Invite people. Oh, copy. Here we go. Yeah, so if anyone wants to go and join in that, there we go. Is the pinned tweet gives the rules. It's right at the top of the channels. Basically, you just have to be painting a unpainted WizKids model. And if you started it before entering the contest, just make sure you have a photo of the unpainted, like when you already had it unpainted, and make sure that you've got like dates to show. You know, just make sure everything's like nice and hunky-dory. So if you're like me, who takes a photo of every bit of progress in a model, you're prepared. Yeah, no worries, Lucky Loki. You have yourself a good sleep. Oh, thank you. I am liking how the beard is coming along. Yeah, exactly. An honor system. Yeah, exactly. Just, you know, try and be good. I will say, though, I do think, Keffa, that this giant is looking better than my fire giant. If I'm being serious here. But this is actually not the unpainted miniature. This is a blind box pull. So it does not adhere to the rules. And it's a repaint. Goodness gracious, what a rebel. Alright, so that is looking decent. Let's get a little bit of that in there. Oof, when you don't have time to start a new hobby, but are slowly being led by the interest of so many other people doing it. I hear you, Making Tangles. I hear you. We had to do repaints before they realized we wanted them blank. Yep. Now, this repaint I'm doing specifically. So the story behind this is, I opened this model up in 2019, in March, and I did a really bad repaint job. Like I was, and I don't say bad as in like the quality was awful. It was a very lazy repaint. And I've just had it sitting there, and I haven't liked it since, and I've improved a lot as a painter over the last 2 years. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a repaint of this, and I'm gonna give it my all, because this is a beautiful model. It like the sculpt of this is really nice. There are parts of it that are very whiz kids, to put it the least. You know, like areas that are just like big bricks where they clearly aren't actual big bricks, just for the sake of an easier mold and sculpt, which totally makes sense. It's perfectly valid. So yeah, I just wanted to do a repaint of it, and that's what brought us here. If we still have room, I still won't start mini painting, because I think you would start making dioramas. Ooh, I love dioramas. Drop in the latest pic of your Diglett Marines. It's not 100% done, but that's close enough. Oh, and just a reminder for people who are in, it's not a contest or anything, but we're just doing a little bit of a show and tell in the finished minis or everything else channel of the Discord. I just want to see the minis that, or give everyone the opportunity to show off their greatest work, whatever they feel is the best model they've ever painted. I want you to share it. That was an idea from Wolf Parable, a lovely member of the community. Yeah, just want everyone to show off what they're proud of. That would be in my Discord, Legwinless. You're already a member of that, I do believe. If you're not, you can type in !Discord for the invite. Gotta eat and set up, but hope to see you all later. Yeah, I'll try to make it in, Kefa. I am working today, but I will try to make it in. Yeah. I invited you once before. You didn't join? You meanie. I'm only giving Legwinless a hard time because Legwinless is actually one of my friends in real life. We play D&D together. Super cool fellow. Heck. You know, you try so hard and then you just end up mucking up in certain areas, and you just gotta hope that no one will notice. This is what I get for using dollar store brushes. You don't think you got the... You never followed up, good sir. I swear you were already in it. No, there's no way that you weren't. Heck, I'm a bad friend if that's the case, because I talked with you all about it, and I was like, yeah, I have this thing. Newcomers. Yep, you weren't in there already. Well, heck. Well, heck. That is my fault. I am a bad friend and a bad dungeon master. Forever shame I will be. Wait, did you just say I tried so hard and got so far, but the end it doesn't... No, I didn't say the full thing. I did not say the full thing. I knew it was coming. I could feel it, and I resist it. Or maybe I did say it doesn't even matter. No, I think I finished it up, and I said, and you mess up. That's okay. It doesn't matter. You just have to hope that nobody looks at it. And that's also a great song. I will not let memes or sad internet people ruin it for me. I love that song. It's a very... It is a tragedy with what happened to Chester. You know? Depression is a disease, and he fought a long battle trying to fight against it. But I did not go for the memes. I thought about it. I had considered it. I did consider going for the memes. This is behind the statement. It's a game piece and not a display. Also, yes, a great song. Yeah, it's a wonderful song. It's a very personal song. And when you keep in mind too that Chester did suffer from depression, it makes a lot more sense. The context of the song very much changes. A lot of their songs actually change when you keep that in mind. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful song that came from a very personal place, evidently. And you know what you just said there too about the game piece. That is why I don't. Why my proposed commission model does not involve money or me charging by the hour of investment of my time, and rather the idea of, you know what, I will paint you fun plastic bits if you give me fun plastic bits. Plastic goblins. Eminem also had it with it. I did not know that. I knew that Eminem has, or Marshall Mathers has had a great struggle with drug addiction, and that he has overcome that. So it's not terribly surprising to hear that he had a struggle with depression. I am diagnosed with depression myself. So speaking firsthand, this is why I say that it's a disease. It is a disease. And, you know, not everyone makes it. It has nothing to do with strength or weakness. It's, you know, not to take it away from anyone's victories of overcoming it or handling it. It's exhausting. And the people who, you know, end their lives do it to, frankly, end their suffering. It's because the people who do end up taking that path, I understand it. I came very... Let's talk about mental health to everyone. So trigger warning, I'm going to talk about suicide. So if anyone who does not want to hear a discussion about depression or suicidal thoughts, you're welcome to head out. I do not hold it against anybody because it's a hard subject to talk about. I'm not going to be saying anything disrespectful about it. I'm going to be talking about my own experiences. So that's your warning, because I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. So I ended up first developing depression at a late age of 16. And I went from being someone who was happy all the time to someone who would start sobbing in biology class for no expected reason, just due to this great whelming pain in my chest. Not physical, just this lack of the ability to experience joy or happiness. Like it, and this isn't to say that there weren't times that I would enjoy myself. Well, I should rephrase that. I never enjoyed myself as me. I did not enjoy me. I was able to enjoy company. I was able to appreciate. I was incapable of feeling the sincere emotion of happiness. And when that happens to you, you deteriorate very fast if you are not expecting it or not prepared for it or don't know how to handle that. Within a period of about 30 days, so I had lost the ability to eat physical food. I would feel hungry. I would then go to the cupboard and I would look at food, and I would immediately feel nauseous at the sight of it. So my body was itself rejecting the ability to nourish itself. Yeah, no, Loki, you've got it right there. It's a constant fight. It's walking through a swamp, not being able to, with every step feeling heavier. For many, it's a constant nagging in the back of the head, a voice feeling often your own, a thought of negative reminders. Yeah, absolutely. So that's a very simple I use. I've described it as, imagine you're out in the middle of the ocean and you have to swim to shore. And that's what depression is to me. And there are things that you can use to make it potentially a little bit easier. Things to rely on. There are some people that will use street drugs or recreational drugs to try and get by. Some people make the mistake of going to alcohol, which is actually a depressant, which makes you feel worse afterwards. It's awful. It is. I would not wish it on the worst of people. If you don't have to deal with it, I would never wish it on my enemy. Because I feel it is, in many ways, a sentence worse than death. Because it makes you want to die. Because at that point, death feels like a escape. It was not a matter for when I came to the point of wishing for my life to end. It was not a matter of weakness. It was not a matter of not like the world around me was too difficult to get by. It was a matter that the suffering that I was experiencing was so great that I wanted to rest. I wanted to not have to deal with that anymore. And I know that for some people, this might not be easy things to hear. This might be, for some people, surprise. You seem so happy all the time. The fact of the matter is that I still experience depression, but I don't experience it on a day-to-day basis anymore. I have learned ways of coping. I have learned ways to live with it or to accommodate for it, because it is a mood disorder. That's what it is. So there are things that I do to basically, and the pandemic has made this very difficult. I'm going to be very candid on that. It's basically become a pit trap. I know how to get out of the hole, and I know how to walk around the hole. And if I happen to not see the hole, I know the things I need to do. I know that I need to be communicative about it. I know that I need to, because when I first was experiencing it, I didn't tell anybody. Because what does society dictate that visually masculine people are supposed to behave? They say suck it up. They say be a man. They say that, oh, you're just being, a baby or a bitch or a pussy. Like, these are the ways that visually masculine people get treated and dictated how they have to act. So I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't tell anyone. I'm feeling this overwhelming sadness, like someone has died every day for no reason. Because I knew what would happen. I knew how I would be approached. And when I did start talking to people, I was right. They would say, "Oh, well, have you tried being happy?" These are things that people will actually tell you. They'll say, "Have you tried being happy?" They will say, "Oh, well, you need to exercise more." Or, "Have you tried eating fruit?" Like, just ridiculous things. And it's like, look, I'm dealing with a mental illness. I'm sorry. It's not a matter of just simply things that I'm not doing. I didn't put myself in this situation or try to. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for my genetic makeup and for myself and two of my three half siblings to all experience depression. Me, my half sister on my father's side, and my youngest half brother on my mother's side, we all have had depression. When I first met my half sister, she was medicated for it. Like, it's. Oh yeah, exactly. Me and what Leg One List come from the same hometown. These are examples of toxic masculinity at its finest. Like, this is a textbook definition of what that is. And I look back at this and, like, having known him better now, because we were part of the same group of friends. We would hang out. I would go to his house once or twice, but we've become much closer over the last few years. I wish I talked to him about it, because I know he would have been accepting of it. And the thing is, I was scared. I was scared of telling anyone. The first time I told someone, this was after weeks of self-harm. And I'm not going to go and put things on display, but some people over this, no one's ever mentioned it, but might have noticed that I do have scars. I did practice self-harm because it felt like taking a balloon full of air that's ready to explode and just slowly releasing the pressure. Do I enjoy that? No. Do I advocate for it? Absolutely not. But I understand it, and I would never give someone a hard time over it. It's what it is. But yeah, no, this is what life can be like. This is what happens. I've been to many counselors about it, but what I was going to say, I rambled. My apologies. The first time I ever talked about it was my best friend at the time, because I asked him to drive me to the hospital because I knew that things were getting to a point where it wasn't going to be a thought anymore. It wasn't going to be an itch that was in the end of my mind. It was going to be a matter of, I need to tell somebody, or else my parents are going to find me in an unflattering way, and I'm not going to be able to respond. So that was when I first told anybody about what was happening. People knew something was wrong. Like, you don't end up going from a jolly, happy person to suddenly quiet, unresponsive, not eating. Like, that's not how that transition happens. People notice. Pure soul, she thought maybe I was gay, and that this was my not knowing how to cope with it, right? Like, she then proceeded to, say things like, tell me what's going on or I'm not going to sign or co-sign for your student loan, which isn't really a welcoming way of trying to get a person to talk, but yeah. And exactly today I know how to cope. Today I know back then I didn't talk to anyone. Today I talk to people. I say, hey, so once they come to know me a bit better, I'm someone that's depressed. And I hope that I can be able to talk to you about the subject sometimes. If not, let me know. That's perfectly fine. But some days I may tell you, I'm just having a really bad day. I'm a little depressed right now. And this doesn't mean like I'm going to do something wrong or I'm going to do some harm. This is me telling you, this is one of my coping mechanisms. I have to share. When I am depressed, I have to socialize. Because when you're depressed, your key reflex is to self-isolate, and that only makes things worse. You need to be more open about it, and this is not a thing that is rare. This is something that, surveys from the early 2000s showed that, or mid 2000s showed that 1 in every 10 women in Australia deals with depression. 1 in 10. That is 10% of the population, and it was only surveyed with women for whatever reason. But the fact of the matter is, this is not a rare thing. This is frankly a remarkably common thing, and it needs to be something that people expect. People are accepting and loving and caring for each other of when they hear someone is depressed. None of this toxic stuff. It's just, so if anyone is ever experiencing depression, if anyone is feeling like that, feel free to share with me. You don't have to share with it in the chat if you don't want to. You can PM me on Discord. I will hear you out. You are all lovely, and no one deserves to feel like they're alone. On a different note, I'm finished the beard, and I think this looks much better. Feels more full and fluffy. I think that looks like a fluffy beard. I've learned to accept the feelings and periods of crap, to remind myself that most of it is just obsessive thinking. Yep, a lot of it's obsessive. And it's, the fact that it's not real, then I let myself feel it, wait for it to pass. Yeah, you have to accept it sometimes. Don't dive in head first, but just let it come and go, and don't feel bad about feeling the way. Don't feel bad that you're depressed or like something's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with you. It is something that many people deal with. I wish I was normal. As weird as that might say, because what is normal? Most common, most occurring, most accepted. You are perfect the way you are. You are just dealing with a struggle that some people don't. That's what it took me to be able to really get a grip on my depression. This was something that came from my therapist. No. You making tangles, I know it is very late for you. I am okay. This is just a subject I wanted to talk about. You are perfectly fine making tangles. So you have yourself a wonderful rest of the night. Thank you for spending time, and thank you for, occupying with us. There's nothing rude about it at all. Have a lovely rest of the night, okay? We all need our sleep. Sleep's very important too if you're depressed. Not that you are, just for people who are. Games, throw some dice, paint a mini. Exactly, company is so important, and this isolated of Corona times it makes it so difficult, which is one of the reasons why I really hope people get a feeling of friendship and community with both my streams, both with the Discord, and people feel happy. That's what I hope for. But yes. Mikey, how's it going? Unfortunately, pandemic times have left us stuck in our own heads. It's tragically true. Yes, it is. It is very difficult, and I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. I am happy that these streams bring other people joy, but this stream helps keep my sanity as well. Getting to come in here, spend some time with you, have some laughs and joy, see people fall in love with Ganon, and start calling him Lord Ganon. Get to see my real life friends like Legwinless come in and say hello and hang out, be able to share stories like this. It's truly, like, you guys mean the world to me during these trying times. Been here the whole time. Oh, that's all good, Mikey. That's right, you were here near the very beginning. I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. I'm so sorry for that. Was doing a bit of work yesterday, and I noticed having you in the background really helps. Oh, well, I'm so happy to hear that, buddy. Thank you. I'm glad I can be here for you, man. I think a lot of us are just really tired. I think we just really need to have that that feeling of joy. You know, it's things are. None of us were built for this. None of us were built for a pandemic. You know, it's one of the hardest things any of us have ever had to deal with in our lives. Okay, so I'm going to do some building on this. I'm going to, 1 second, I'm going to do a little bit of gluing. You're going to hear me go quiet for just a little bit, okay? Oh, so sorry. There we go. I'm back. And yeah, no, Lucky Loki, I think that's responsible for you to take into the consideration the needs of a pet animal like that. Because you're right. I mean, it can be really hard on them if you're gone all the time, or if they need to spend time at your parents all the time. I think that's very... I think you are doing the right thing, as difficult as it may be, because I know how meaningful having a little animal companion can be. It's for that very reason too that I don't have a dog, because I live in an apartment, and I don't think it's fair on dogs to not be able to run around outside. That is my own thoughts on that. And I mean, like, some dogs, smaller dogs, like in apartments, that's fine. As long as they go for walks and stuff. Oh my goodness, it's so overexposed. Ah, the light, it's blinding. Now it's too dark. Goodness, there's no in between here. Alright, there we go. Might change jobs over the summer just for that reason. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think there's a lot of validity in that. Yeah, there's a fella I know that he has a bit of anxiety and PTSD, and he deals with it with dogs. It's a great guy, lovely fellow. Start basing this guy up. I want him done. I want it done, guys. I don't want to paint this mini anymore. But I should say, for those who did stick around and listened, I appreciate you listening to my banter about mental health. I know that some people aren't always comfortable with the subject, so for those who stuck around, I just want you to know I really appreciate that. And I hope you didn't feel that you were required to stick around for it, just for my sake, or anything like that. I just want you all to know how important that is. Yeah, the open discussion of mental health is, I think, something that is lacking in at least North American or Canadian society. I think a lot of people pigeonhole it into things that it's not, making it sound like, oh, this is only something that a few people deal with, or whatever. Like, whatever weird justifications people make about it, I think is simply not good. Bad things are not good. Weird, I know. And taking care of yourself and being mindful is good. Also, weird, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get like sand all over this mini. This is why you're supposed to base your minis before you do this. We all know it. Everyone knows it. Few people do it. Ugh. literally, I'm going to ruin this miniature, guys. I'm going to ruin it. I've worked all this on it, and I'm gonna wreck it. Oh my god, I'm gonna ruin it. I don't want to ruin it, guys. I really don't. You know, it is a matter of knowing that you're not the only one, and when you are feeling like you are depressed, it is very easy. It's very easy to feel lonely about it, and like this is something that no one else is going through, or how could you know what I'm going through? I say that because those are all thoughts that I had. But because I didn't talk to anybody about it, when I finally was talking to people, those were my responses. Oh, I'm missing a bunch of things. Especially old ways of thinking is mental health is for people who need to be institutionalized and are dangerous sorts of people. Oh goodness, yep. When it's really just a part of every day. I actually do it at the end purely because I feel the occasional splooge on the shore and stuff only connects the model to the base. Oh, okay. For a second I thought that was Mia. Messaging. I'm like, what? I didn't understand. No, yeah, I mean, it depends, because this is like sea sand. But like with how I'm flailing this around, I feel like I'm gonna end up getting it on his face. And there's so many things going around his feet. Look at that. Do you see that? How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do this? There you go, guys. Special today. Mental health talk and then, like, anxiety breakdown of... on Mellow Minis. It was all a lie. I never knew how to paint in the first place. So I have a crippling breakdown over putting texture paste on. Oh my god, please don't mess up. And like, so the thing is too, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be I'm going to like drown this base in, what do you call it? Water effects. So everything that I do here is it's gonna be underwater, so like once I do that, nothing can be fixed if I mess up anything. So I have to get it right the first time. Oh my god, it's too bright again. There we go. Big feet. Oh my goodness, please don't. ripple effects here from the tide. I don't need this to be super high. Why do I make things more difficult for myself than I need to? I could have just painted it and then I could have just said it was done. I could have left the base, the original base on. I could have done all these things. No, I want it to be artsy. I just wanted to mention, I'm not looking at the chat right now, but Mia, I always appreciate that you're always talking about mental health and awareness, and I think that is just remarkable. So I just want to make sure that you know that I see you doing it, and I think it's super cool. No, I got it on the lightning. Lizard noises. I'm actually a lizard person. No. Mental breakdown. Having a mental breakdown. I spent at least 15 hours on this mini and I feel like I'm ruining it. Oh my goodness, okay. Found something to crash to, so I'm going to pop off. Hey, yeah, no worries. Lucky Loki, thank you for coming in and spending so much time with me, and I really do appreciate it. You have yourself a wonderful rest of the day, okay? Yeah, today I am not as mellow and chill because, hey, you know, we had a pretty deep and serious, heartfelt discussion. That's not quite mellow. And now I'm having a breakdown as I potentially ruin his feet. So, you know, I do not blame you for finding something else to crash to. I am understanding of that. There's no obligation to see my stream to the end. That goes for everybody. If you guys ever feel like you just want to get out of Dodge, you know, no hurt feelings here. Shoot. Get off there. I need you to not be on there. Goodness gracious.
Sometimes I feel like I can't forgive them.
Get off there.
All alone.
Get off there. Okay. Not looking terrible. I have to convince myself it doesn't look terrible, and I'm just overreacting. Don't overreact, Chris. Don't overreact. Don't be suspicious. 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 Oh my goodness. I love Parks and Rec. Although I have not seen the episode of Parks and Rec that that's from. I know that it's a TikTok thing now, but I also know it comes from Parks and Recreation. It's just a great show. The Office has nothing on it. It is not as great as Parks and Rec. What's her name? I'm trying to remember her name. Parks and Rec was like her first show. Super funny and weird actor. On a side note, I need a possible treasure for my next D&D game. The item has to be a mystical book. The book is hidden within a secret room behind a random bookshelf. I don't really care about what power level of the book. Got any suggestions? There's a lot of books that increase base stats if you read them within like a week. You have to spend like 48 hours or something like that of reading. And like there are ones that like increase your charisma, increase your whatever, and they gain the ability to do so every 100 years. So it's a one-use item. Your whole party can't share it, but somebody else can use it like, you know, a lifetime later. Or you could do like the Book of Vile Darkness. You know. Because that's very D&D. You know, has the instructions of how to become a lich. You know, it's only a super powerful book. I would like more of a focus book and not a stat bond book. Yeah, go Book of Vile Darkness. How to become a lich 101. Keep in mind, the book does not actually give player instructions on how to become a lich. But, you know, you could come up with something like, you know, kill a god or something. Mike Julian, maybe a book of beasts that you can rip the pages out and summon into reality. That's really cool, Mikey. Not sure what you mean by a focus book, but yeah, I like Mikey's idea. Tear out a page and a chimera comes out. And maybe you can make it so that like each monster is literally a one-use thing. Like you take out that chimera page and a chimera comes out and it lasts for like maybe an hour or something like that. But after that, like you tore the page out of the book. You can't just go put it back in. Like the page itself turned into a monster. And now it is Ash. And it gives them something to think about. You know, is this the time that we use the book? Is this the time we use our one-use Pokeballs? What's then? I got 3 others so far. Seven Fingers, Demonomicon of Igwilv, and Libram of Souls and Flesh. Oh, you could also do manuals of golem construction. The instructions of how to create golems. So like there's one for flesh golems, there's one for iron golems, there's, you know, literally one for every type of golem. You could also do something like a book that lists the true names of different devils and demons. That would be something that would be super powerful. Not so much a magic item as it is forbidden knowledge. Because if you know their true names, you can summon them. And they do not like that. All right, cool. So Alright, so we've got that. I'm digging that. I need to freaking figure out how I'm gonna do that one bit. It's starting to get on my nerves. Let's see here. Where art thou, paperclip? Or, you know what? Garbage brush. I'll use a garbage brush. This brush is turned into garbage. Has no tip. There we go. Time to go get the kiddos. You have a good one there, like one less. We're gonna keep just doing some basing work here. Someone feels left out because you started petting him. Did you hear that? So I heard it. That was a loud meow she made.
That was him.
Him?
Yeah.
The meow.
Yeah.
Really? Oh wow. Okay. No, I mean I heard that one. He doesn't like it when you try to abduct him. It's my cat. All right. Grab some seaweed looking things. Oh goodness. There's someone who's broken into the office and has stolen my mascot. I'd like you all to know that. Ganon has been abducted. And we may never see him again. Hey Ganon, you escaped. Hey buddy. I told you didn't want to be left. You didn't want to go. All right. So great thing I heard was rule of 3. If you make, or not 3, basically if odds. If you make something terrain-wise, if it's even, it looks like it was artificially created. If it's odd, less so. Why is this? I don't know. But it seems to work well. And so I have adopted it. We're gonna just have like some seaweed looking stuff. Let's maybe snip this. It's a little too long for my liking. Let's see here. Oh, I'm breaking them off. That's not what I wanted to do. But you know what? That's fine. No good. It's no good, I tell you. All right. Nope. Is there 2? This was 2. Ooh. All right, we're gonna. Excellent, and then gonna. No, I say you're gonna go in there. Oh goodness, Ganon. So Ganon's been disturbed, and now he realizes what time it is. And he thinks it's close to mealtime. Because he sees me talking, and he's like, Papa, I'm hungry. And I'm like, hey Ganon, it's not feeding time yet. And he's like, don't care, Papa. It's feeding time. And I'm like, no, Ganon, not how it works. And he goes, don't care how it works, Papa. It's feeding time. Hey, cut it out. I think this is a pine needle. We're gonna stick it in there. It's a log now. And this here, yep. Gonna stick these in there. Right. Ganon, the poor baby. Yeah, Ganon's a little bugger. Whoops, not supposed to say that word. But yes, Ganon's a little monster. And thank you, Mia. I quite like them too. I think it's fun how this moss does not look like shrubberies, but it very much looks like seaweed. So that's how I'm going to use it. I like these dark looking ones. All right. And so I'm gonna... Oh, you are fine. What is with you, you? Goodness gracious. Why you like that, huh? All right, so time for something that is giving me a little bit of anxiety, but I'm going to try it. So I have this sheet of plastic, of which I made, and I'm going to, hi Ganon, I need elastics. Where the elastics are? That's not where elastics are. Those are where the elastics are. Thank you. Hi, Ganon. Big smooch. Oh, you want the elastic? The rubbers? Yeah. Rubber bands. Elastic bands. Alright. We are going to wrap this around this. Do so very tightly. I have tried to make sure that it is sealed with some plastic glue. How am I going to do this? And Jeremy makes this look so easy. All right, so we're going to take that. Oh my goodness, no, careful, careful, careful. Not being careful, not being careful. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Heck. Lay you on your side like this. How do I do this in a way that's like not stressful? Oh my goodness, stop it. Why? there. Yes. Yes. Okay. So now I only need to pinch it like that. And now... all right. No. Darn it. And I smudged my big ol' silly finger there. Heck, heck, heck. Ah, I ruined so many things. Okay. How can I do this? How can I do this? How can I do this? Well, first things first, I need to fix what I destroyed. So, let's take a little bit of that. Why am I a klutz today? Oh, cool. The sword straight up came out of its spot. That's wonderful. That's great. Yeah, Ganon. I'm very happy about that. That's the emotion. Happiness. Ganon, I love you. I'm a little testy right now. Alright. Where's the part that came out? This came out. I would like to replant that because I liked how that looked a lot. So I've got this. Got this. And then, yeah, there we go. Cool. Right. You can see it tore straight out, which is very saddening. Ganon, don't be like that. Ah, Super Lou. My nemesis. Okay. So, maybe I'm not handling this the right way. Maybe I need to clear off my work area. Place this here. Wrap that around. And maybe what I need to do is glue it shut. And then that way I can work my hands around it. So let's try that. Let's try that as an approach. See if that does anything. And then I can tear it off afterwards. And with a nice little PVA glue, it's not really going to damage anything. And it's just going to act like a sealant, hopefully. Comes off nicely, dries easily, works as a nice filler. PVA glue is our friend. Unlike super glue, which wants to attack our lungs and our sinuses, or our cats. Alright, cool. So if I do that like that, which I am aware is going to get stuck to my cutting board briefly. Just fine. Now maybe I'll keep this on just a little bit. That's not too loud, is it? Should be very quiet. Alright. I'm going to take this, and we're going to just go in like that, and we're going to go in like that, and we're just going to tightly wrap that, and we're going to hope that will hold. There's not really much for it to hold. It's a very smooth plastic. One of our fears is our hobby crafting supplies indeed tempting our dog. Oh, yeah, that would not be great, Mia. That would be bad. Specifically glue, like super glue. So, I mean, if it's an available option, I would totally recommend like keeping that in like a drawer, like somewhere like that. We use our serious voice with him. I'm afraid he'll steal dice for a while. He likes small things that clatters. You have an actual dice goblin. You have an actual dice goblin. That just sounds cute. I've seen photos of your dog. Your dog's adorable. Ganon, on the other hand, is just a goblin. A screaming goblin. Alright. No, don't touch the space bar. Don't touch the space bar. It's not what's going on. Oh god, it's slipping off. Okay. Yeah. Did I get it to work? There we go. Now I can hands-free that. Make sure I've got nothing on there. You are a dice goblin, Mikey. I'm a dice goblin. We're all dice goblins. But yes, your doggo, super cute. I wish I saw more pet pics of your doggo, Mia, in the Discord server's channel for pet pics. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Let us see your fluffy dice goblin. Or as Mikey would just say, give me your pet. Okay, so how do I do How do I do this without... Ganon, leave me alone. I don't care. I know you're hungry. I ruin everything I touch, people. I ruin everything I touch. Hi, Ganon. Yeah, I know, bud. You like to demand you are my tiny home evil force. What does that look for? Did he do something? No. Just being demanding. Yep. Yeah. No, he's very demanding. Apparently, Kay, when she's at work and a little slacking, likes to hear Ganon, and it is a joy. And it at the expense of my misery, of course. Oh, hey, what's going on? Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone.
Just trying to pick him up.
Yeah, I know. He clearly does not like being picked up. You rascal. Sounds like he's in distress. No one can tell why he's making that noise.
I know.
Just picking him up, that's all.
Alright, I'll play.
I mean, I don't have the to encourage you twice. I love an excuse to share his picks. Good. I love pet picks. All right. So I've got 2. Let's see. I've got 2 of these here. I'm seeing what looks like it could possibly be a leak spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in... goodness gracious, that darn sword. It does not want to stay. It does not, I tell you. It does not want to stay. It's my best Christopher Walken. It's not very good. Alright. So we got that. We got that. It's a nice little scatter there. I'm going to take this. So this is Eileen's tacky glue. So the reason I'm using Eileen's here is it's pretty dry, or like fast drying. It's a very concentrated PVA glue. And so similarly to what I do with my paint bottles when they might burst due to heat, the lids will crack. What I'm doing here is basically just trying to create a sealant. This way fluids or the like cannot get through it. So it looks like a mess right now, and that's okay, because all of this is just going to peel right off with like your fingernails. Welcome back, Evil Demon Lord. So that looks like it should be good. I'm just going to be extra certain with the areas around there. Just realized you said extra serious voice, and I'm just trying to picture your extra serious voice, Mia, and I'm at a bit of a loss. I'm going to be honest with you. The picture of extra serious Mia is a struggle for me. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. It's just you're always so jolly. Unlike Ganon. Ganon is not jolly. My car isn't starting. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that there, evil demon lord. Ganon. This is why I say you're not jolly. It happens. Pico can be naughty, so I have to summon the voice. It's fair. Alright, so this is the stuff that I'm going to be using and why I'm being so like meticulous right now. That is too bright. Mostly surrounding things I do not want him to eat. So he's one of those dogs, eh? The ones that are just like, it exists, and so it's going in my mouth. I say this as a former dog owner, not as someone who dislikes dogs. Ganon! Why? Why, Ganon? Love your papa. And stop screaming at me. Please. Please? If we eat first, ask questions kind of guy. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of dogs end up having to go to the vet for that reason. Especially when their owners have substances that are legal in Canada and maybe not some areas. I remember there was like a big PSA about that. And they're like, just tell us what it was the dog ate. We're a veterinarian. We're not going to call the cops on you. The PSA was not for Canadians. It was for Americans, but, you know. All right, so. Find out some vening. What is vening? Oh, in the evening. There we go. So, I should probably shake this up first. I am so anxious right now. I am so anxious. You'll see why. Let's get a good shot of this. So we got that. And maybe I could just like take that off and then just do this. All right, you guys ready? I hope I don't start crying. Let's see here. The round circle thing is to keep this from leaking out. It is simply blister pack. And this right here is a diorama water effect called still water. And so right now I'm just trying to make sure that I don't have any that leaks out. Ganon, be nice. Yeah, I know, be nice. Yeah, you jerk. Be nice. And I can feel how much heavier this is getting already. Feeling the weight of it. So I'm just going to try and get some of that in like that. And so that is going to be left to dry. Let's get that zoom in. So you can see the effect. It's a little watery. Nothing seems to be tripping out, which is good. I see some bubbles. Cannon, my sweet and lovely child, I ask that you stop. So yeah, the idea that I'm trying to go for right now is that this giant is going for a stroll at the beach. Maybe he's coming out from the water. Come on, Bubbles, get out of here. No one loves you, Bubbles. Not as in Bubbles the Powerpuff Girl. Everyone loves Bubbles. It is not a resin. No, it is, let's read it. Canon, oh my goodness. Water-based acrylics. A glass clear liquid that levels itself even on irregular surfaces to reproduce the effect of transparent still water. Apply in several thin layers no more than 3 millimeters thickness to prevent cracks or bubbles in the drying process. Can be colored with model air or game air. When poured on non-porous surfaces, glass or polyester, the dried layer can be peeled off and cut to measure for brooks or cascades, keep from freezing. So this little bit that I've done here is the thickest that essentially they recommend me doing. And I don't really want to go too much thicker than that. After this, I'll be like applying it with a brush. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, I'm a fan of this stuff. It's great. But I'm seeing something that's a little concerning right now. I'm seeing this like film show up specifically on the plant materials. I'm not sure why. I don't know if I'm using this on maybe something it's not supposed to. It's only showing up there. Oh, and we do have a leak. Well, this is what I was trying to prevent. Hopefully it seals up. I'll just have to deal with that is all. Oh my goodness, come on. That's right. That's not going to be able to do that. So we'll go like that, and we'll just, because we want to still keep it even. So, a little bit of a leak. Yeah, this is what the rubber bands were for. Is to try and generate an amount of tension that will prevent a leak. So what I could try and do here is I can try to create more. So I don't really need this glove on anymore. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go like that. And we're just going to continue to apply pressure around that area. And hopefully that will work. But yeah, it's very cool. It's a very cool effect. I'm a big fan of it. I've gotten to use it once or twice before. Actually, this is the same stuff that I painted onto the graveyard diorama to create a water effect of the rain. Oh, nope, that is... No. That I cannot have happen. Oh god, no. Hello, Kay. How are you? That's bad. No. Frick. Kay, you came just in time to watch disaster happen. Darn it. Can you do a Zelda right now, dear? Or just close the door? Just close the door. Being a bad employee. Yeah, no, you're fine. All right. So, I can't... Okay, so now I have to use fresh ones. Because the other ones have that liquid on them, and I need to make sure that they don't... Goodness gracious. I am having the hardest time right now, guys. No, that's the exact opposite. I have to just stop. I think I just have to call it quits right there. Because I am ruining this progressively more and more. Yeah, I am ruining it as I go along. Because if you look now, what's been happening here is it looks like the acrylic water effect is melting or liquefying the sand effect that I had on here, and that is happening because I didn't wait for that to dry. So what I'm actually gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to just drip this stuff all off, and I'm just gonna have to carve away at this stuff, and I'll just have to do that again. So I think that's it for stream today. I think I'm a bit defeated. It doesn't help that I've got screaming cats in the background, so you know, you win some, you lose some. I got the beard done. I got to hang out with all of you. That part was fun. So, but I am feeling not so great, and you know, when that happens, we just have to know when to call it quits. And that's how it goes. No one needs to be sorry. Yeah, a little bit of a learning experience, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's just what life is all about. So I'm just going to clean this off on cam. And frankly, it actually worked out in my favor here. The fact that the leak and all that, like the elastic bands broke off. The reason why I say it worked out in my favor, I wouldn't have noticed that the water effect was ruining the sand underneath it. So, that works out in my favor, sincerely. Because I got to catch that before it did